Hey guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to briefly go over Maya muscle. I'll just generate one muscle, but basically it's the same concept throughout the process if you wish to add muscles to your entire character. So what I have here is a fully rigged character, and he's been skinned. Okay, skin weighted, ready to go. All right, I've used the human IK system, and I've used the quick rig. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, to create a muscle system, one, change the muscle tab here. If you don't see anything here, you can always go to the little settings here and go load shelf and find the muscle shelf. Okay, so also up here you've got Deform Muscle. And I just like to pull off this little menu here with that one there. Okay, so if I select the actual skin and I go skin setup, okay, and the first thing I do is convert smooth skin to muscle system. Okay, so I click that and I'll say delete or disable. I will disable it and I'll go x-axis. By the way, before we move on, make sure that your joints are the rotation axis. In my case, X is my primary axis. Okay, so I'll go X-axis, and it'll go through a quick calculation here, and what it's generating are called bones or capsules. And you'll see all the little capsules shortly. There we go, you can see one popping out there. So I'm just going to hide the mesh quickly so you can see these better. There they are. So notice the ones on the left arm and left leg are fine. They're pointing in the right direction. I'll actually go here and I'm going to add that mesh to its own layer just to hide it, make things a bit easier for us. So, but on the right side, they are not. They're not negative. Okay, so I'm going to flip those over. So I'll click one and I'll go over to my channel box and I'll go capsule axis, change from x-axis to negative x-axis, and I'll do that for each of those. So I'll quickly just go through and change those, and I'll do the legs as well. Alright, this is mainly if you're going to add bones to the legs, feet, the entire character if you really wanted to, but at least have those pointing in the right direction. Alright, by the way, you can also scale them. They're a little bit too large, the radius is a bit too thick, so I'll go radius, I'll bring that down to 2 while I'm here. And this one here I'll go 1.5. There we go, just for the purpose of this exercise. Okay, let's create a bicep muscle. So there are two ways you can approach this. One, you can go the muscle creator, or two, you could go simple muscles muscle builder. Okay, both achieve the same output, generating a muscle. I'm going to go with muscle creator. It's a little bit quicker, so I'll go muscle creator, and it brings up this, whoops, this box here. I'll put that over top. Okay, so we'll name our muscle. I'm creating the bicep, so I'll go L underscore, say muscle underscore bicep. So it's left side muscle bicep. And what we need to do is click your first bone or capsule, and I'll click attach start, and then the next one will be this one. So the bicep's going to be in here. It'll start from here and go to there. So I'll go attach end and click this. Okay, and I can pull that out, see it a bit better. So I've attached the start and the end, start and the end. And next you just go create muscle, and there is the muscle ready to go. But next up, we want to position the muscle. At the moment these ends are a little bit too wide, so I'm going to click these little locators and just move them in a little bit, make it a bit easier for myself. And I'll grab this one, I'll bring this one, whoops, and I'll bring it forward a bit like that. Okay, and I'm going to grab these back ones. By the way, if they're not positioned correctly when the arm rotates, when the joint rotates, they can start to twist the muscle. So be careful how you place them. It might take you a couple of times to get that right. Whoops, not that one. Try it in here. Bring that one in. You can see it a little bit better like this maybe. I'll run with that for now. So there we go, my muscle's created. So what we need to do next after that is go to edit, out of the create to edit, and in here basically you have the muscle right now in its rest position. So you got rest, squash, stretch, and rest, reset width if you wanted to. So I'll start with rest and I'll just click rest. So that's the rest position. Now if I wanted to move it in a little bit, I'll just move this one in just a tad, something like that, and I'll turn off rest up here and I'll call this one stretch. Stretch, that's the stretch position. And you notice it actually changed the width a little bit. Okay, so next up what I want to do is change all the way until I bend inwards for the squash of the muscle. So to do this, I'm going to change to FK over here, and I'll grab the FK joint. This is just for human IK, I can do this. So I'm going to turn FK and bring it in to approximately where I want it, about here. And I'm just going to check the rotation angle of that. Rotate Z, I'll just say 90. Okay, just for now, so as I know exactly the rotation of that. Alright, just grab the joint, the FK joint I have. Alright, so that's good. Now I'll click on squash down here, and that is the squash. Okay, so I can close this box now, and I'll bring this back to its pose, main pose. There we go, and I can probably test it straight away if I wish to. And there it is, it's flexing in and out. Okay, go back to the pose. So next up, we need to connect that muscle so it actually affects the skin. So to do that, we'll turn back on the skin so we can see it. I'll go into this mode and I'll click the actual skin, and we can go skin setup, apply muscle system skin deformer. Now you could click this and it'll probably come up with an error. Yes, it does. It says that it already has been applied. Okay, so muscle objects, let's try that. So we need to select our muscle. Okay, I'll just select the muscle there, and I'll shift select the mesh or the skin. This time I'll go muscle objects, connect selected muscle objects, and then it says auto calculate is the one you want to go for on the left. Clicking that, and now it's calculated it. And one more little tip, if you click the mesh and go weighting, apply default weights, that's a good start. And just go, I'm going to take the smoothness up to about 5, and I'll go apply default weights. And now it might move slightly, so now I'll go out of that and I'll go to my pose, and let's just see if it's working. And I'll select the controller, and there it is, it's working. Okay, there we go, that's my muscle in action.